Hello, I'm Donald Leggett and welcome to this edition of Share Views brought to you by the financial website London South East. Our guest today is Adrian Pocock, CEO of InfraStrata, the UK-quoted gas storage company based in Northern Ireland. Welcome, Adrian.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It is very good to be here. Let's talk gas at a strategic level first of all. Why is it such a hot topic right now, and why are you hoping to supply a quarter of the UK's storage needs in terms of gas?
Well, gas is fundamental to the UK, both for heating but also for electricity generation. Historically, we produced all of our own gas, but as North Sea production died away, we have become far more reliant on imports. And whilst there may be a future for fracking, we are dependent on gas coming through the pipelines from Europe and also liquid natural gas coming in from the Gulf in big tankers. So,
what happened to our gas storage?
Well, the most important storage of the UK at the moment is an old gas field called Rough in the North Sea. The closure of that has been announced, and whilst it's still currently full of gas, that is currently just being used up in the natural scheme of things. Rough was an old style gas storage facility in that it was old permeable sandstone rock, so the gas came out slowly, whereas our new salt cavern gas storage caverns, each of which is about the size of the Gherkin building in the City of London, 200 metres tall and about 80 metres diameter, and the plan for the whole scheme is for 8 of those, about 1 kilometre underground.
So it shouts out energy security to me.
Very important indeed. At the moment, the UK has some of the lowest energy storage in Europe. We are totally dependent on imports, and when there's a problem with one of the pipelines coming in from the North Sea or from Europe, our storage is very low and is dropping fast. The government hasn't addressed this, but as we become greener, as the oil-fired power stations close and the coal-fired, they all go, we've got a much greater dependency on gas. And if you take Northern Ireland and the island of Ireland as a whole, there is no gas storage at all, just 3 small pipelines coming in from the UK mainland. So we're really important because Ireland is closing its oil and gas-fired power stations. There's a new gas-fired one just being built near Belfast Airport. We're really important, and as I say, Ireland has no storage. So if there's a problem with one of the pipelines, at the moment, there's tremendous potential growth for gas in Ireland as well, because only 30% of the population uses gas. But Mutual Energy are rolling out a big Gas the West campaign to increase demand for gas. So we're very much needed.
From scratch, tell me about the InfraStrata project. How much is it going to cost? How much energy storage? How much gas storage are you going to be able to store? Give me the story.
It's taken 10 years or so to get to this stage. The need for gas storage in Ireland, Northern Ireland particularly, was identified about 10 years ago. The overall project will, if built fully, be £300 million or so. But
so it's a big deal, this, £300 million.
It's quite a big programme. The project is really important. It's a project of UK national importance, which means that we have been pre-qualified for the UK guarantee scheme, whereby the government guarantees 2/3, the lending on 2/3 of the capital of the project, and they guarantee all the interest as well. So we're of UK importance. We're also of European Union importance because the project's important to Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, i.e. 2 member states. So we are a project of common interest under the EU schemes.
So a lot of the money is going to come from the government. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, yes, funding for the overall project is certainly much easier than otherwise. And we've already been in discussions with the government on that, and we're confident that we will get that funding, which means that the return on capital employed for investors is much improved.
Now, it does appear that this has been happening for a very long time, but that things are really happening now. In the past year, things seem to have
moved on a bit.
Stepped up several gears.
Yes, that's very kind of you to say that.
Tell me what's happening now.
Well, I started getting involved in investing in the project about, well, over a year ago, and a number of investors got together, and we could see that perhaps the project wasn't moving ahead as quickly as we would like, and last June the investors got together and elected a new board, and we've got a very exciting new board with Graham Lyon, who's very experienced in oil and gas and engineering, and we've got Karen Campbell, who's very senior property person in infrastructure projects, where she's been involved in Crossrail and currently HS2. I've got Matthew Beardmore, who's not only a quantity surveyor, but he's also a solicitor with massive experience of contracts, and particularly he has run over 20 European Union projects. So we've got really good team, and we've got a couple of new people coming in on the finance and the engineering side, and I'm really excited that we are a lean, mean, and potentially very profitable company.
Not only do you have your board in place, but you actually have Costains have been contracted to do the build.
Yes, indeed. Costain have huge gas storage experience. They've been involved in the Stublack project in Cheshire, which is run by storagae. They've been involved with projects with INEOS and all the major gas storage people, and they've got great expertise and experience, and we're confident that they're going to add a great deal of value by keeping our costs down and making sure we build this on time and on budget.
This is a big project. Will you need more funding in the near future?
Well, we're happy with the way things are for this year to get the feed out of the way, but for the future, well, we're also looking pretty good. We are talking to a great number of not only major funds who like the long-term infrastructure projects because it's a safe income, it's a secure income, it's a potentially growing income, and this project has a life expectation of over 40 years. So it's a very secure income stream. And as the UK continues to become increasingly important, reliant on gas, the potential profitability will also increase.
So the investment case is, it operates a bit like a utility. It gives you a regular
Absolutely.
income stream.
Regular income stream that's guaranteed. We're talking to many gas operators at the moment who are very interested in taking storage or perhaps trading from it, because you can buy gas in cheaply during the summer and you sell it more expensively in the winter. So there's a big arbitrage. There's a big arbitrage sort of margin there, and because you can inject the gas so quickly and get it out again so quickly, it means when the prices are high, like when the beast from the east was upon us and we were nearly running out of gas, the price of gas quadrupled. So that was a real opportunity for gas storage operators and traders to make a great deal of money. But that was a real demonstration of how important gas storage is, because if you don't have gas storage and you do have supply problems, we were getting very close to power cuts when there was that prolonged cold period. Everybody had their heating on, everybody had the lighting on, and they had to cut down the supply to major industrial gas users so that the lights and the heating could be kept on.
So what's the possibility of a major investor taking a large stake in InfraStrata? To me, it seems quite likely.
That's a very leading question, and I would be delighted to answer it, but you'll appreciate that the market abuse regulations would preclude me from that. But I'm confident that because of the importance of the project and the sheer need for it, I'm confident that one or more of the very serious players that we're speaking to are going to sign up before they're beaten to it. So nothing's signed until it's signed, but we are very positive indeed.
I suppose another way of saying the same thing is that the investment potential is not yet reflected in the share price. But for once, that's actually very true.
I would certainly agree with that point. The reason being that perhaps the company and the project has languished from has languished a bit over recent years, but now we're actually getting on with it. We're doing what we said we would do. We've commenced the FEED, and we anticipate that that will go pretty much straight into the investment decision and the construction of the project itself.
So what are the milestones for 2018? What do you think you'll have told me will happen by the time you actually get to the end of the year?
Well, I think we can say with confidence that we will have completed the FEED. We will.
So the surface build, if nothing else?
Well, it's the surface design rather than the actual build. I can be confident that we will have the project ready to go, and I would certainly anticipate that by that stage we will have effectively pre-let it, and who knows, there's a chance we may have also pre-sold it. Who knows?
So it's a very exciting year in 2018 ahead.
Well, it's gone well so far, and we expect that impetus will pick up. We think investor confidence will grow, and we also think that market interest will grow because it's very much needed.
Adrian Pocock, that's been a fascinating conversation. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
And don't forget to subscribe to the London South East YouTube channel if you would like more interviews like this one. Thank you very much indeed.